Tamara, are we good to go?
All right. Welcome, everybody. This meeting is being held in accordance with Public Law 1975. Chapter 231, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the Township website. To lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, we'd like to welcome from American Legion Post 228, Vice Commander Mark Krause, and his son from Sons of the American Legion, Post 228, Judah Krause.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for our service members here and abroad. Madam Clerk.
Mayor Laufer,
Present.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser. Present. Committeeman Capides.
Here.
Committeeman Huber.
Here.
Committeeman Weber.
Here.
All right. Now, for the part everybody's been waiting for, announcements. Our Springfield 55-plus residence calendar is available and published. It is packed with events. If you are interested in serving on any boards or committees, please email residence-review@springfield-nj.us. Springfield Community Pool membership registration is open. It can be found at www.thesay.org/SCP. The Environmental Commission, our forester, and DPW will be providing seedlings at Walton School on Arbor Day, April 24th, from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Springfield Community Cleanup Day is Sunday, April 26th, from 11 to 2. Meet at Laurel Park. Gloves and bags will be provided. Reconciliation regarding building the bridge. Jonathan Dayton High School will be on April 29th from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., the 60th anniversary of the second time Dr. Martin Luther King spoke in Springfield. Overnight parking permission requests will now be accepted online. Please visit our township website, www.springfield-nj.us/departments/police. Questions can be directed to traffic@springfield-nj.us. Before we actually start the part you're all here for, I would like to welcome representatives from Assemblyman McCurdy's office, Assemblyman Vincent Carney, and representatives from his office, Commissioner Rebecca Williams, all the members of our Springfield 250th Committee, former Mayor Clara Horelik, former Deputy Mayor Margaret Bandrowski, and other community members. Thank you for coming. And I also, before we want to start the regular business meeting, we are removing resolutions 123 and 124. Now, we can start.
I just want to give a little background on how we came to receive the painting that you see behind us. Back in January 2024, Margaret called me and said that Wells Fargo was doing their offices over, and they were looking to donate the painting. So I went over, talked to them. They gave me the name of corporate. We called them up. That painting was going to go to Ohio to their storage if we weren't able to get it. So we looked at it right away and said immediately, we want it. Now we just had to figure out what the procedure was. So they sent us over a bunch of paperwork that Craig was involved in that we had to sign off on. The next problem was we had to move it quickly. They gave us like a day or two to get it out. As you can see, it's quite large. We did not have a truck in DPW that was clean and closed in that we could put it in. Luckily, our DPW director called in a favor from someone who had an 18-foot box truck that was enclosed. We slid the painting in, we brought it over, we left it in a garage. The next step was, how do we get it in the building? We looked at it and we said, It doesn't fit through the front door. So we're all scratching our heads, and finally somebody says, there's a roof right outside the court in that little hallway there. There's a roof. We said, if we can get that up on the roof, we can get it in through the doorway. So DPW brought the bucket truck over, and we had to wait for a day that it wasn't windy because the picture had a tendency to act like a kite, and next thing you know, it's flopping in the breeze. And it's really not very rigid when we put the frame around it. But if you minus that, the picture's not very rigid. So we were able to get it up on the roof, walk it in. We decided this was a place for it. We had it hung, and our director of buildings and grounds built the frame around it. So that's how the picture became part of Springfield. I'd like to turn it over to our deputy mayor.
Where I will read the plaque that will sit under the mural.
Well, it's
Why
there.
don't you go
Right.
over, or you can go, Rich,
You want,
do
Rich, you want to unveil it, or you want me to unveil it?
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'll wait till he
Okay.
unveils it.
We've already deviated from the script, so.
You know.
All right. The Battle of Springfield, June 23rd, 1780. A mural by S. Allen Schaefer. This painting by S. Allen Schaefer, an artist who resided in Mountainside, depicts the action in the village of the Springfield during the battle. Commissioned in 1971 and donated to the Township of Springfield in 2024 by Wells Fargo Bank, the mural greeted visitors entering the building at Hillside Avenue and Route 22. The invading force, having battled across the Rahway River, fights past the Dayton home, known as the historic Cannonball House, to confront the American defenders at the Presbyterian Church. The single American cannon fires, and Reverend James Caldwell hands out hymnals from the church by Isaac Watts to use the pages as wadding for the colonists' muskets as he shouts out, "Give them Watts, boys." Behind Reverend Caldwell is the road connecting Springfield to Milburn, Main Street, now Church Mall. It was during the retreat down this road that the British forces attempted to burn the parsonage and succeeded in burning the church, which was rebuilt in 1791. Springfield was the site of the last battle fought in the northern colonies during the War for American independence. The defeat of the British at Springfield convinced them of the futility of their cause, and they withdrew from the area, moving the war south to their final defeat at Yorktown in 1781.
Okay. Now,
Leave your words?
please,
Sure.
positive.
The dedication, where am I? Sorry, 1 second. Of this painting and plaque, means deep meaning for the residents of our town. It reflects not only our local history, but also the vital role Springfield has played in the story of our nation. This artwork represents the Battle of Springfield and its significance during the American Revolution, reminding us especially as we celebrate our 250th anniversary and our 200th anniversary. 213? 250 nation,
232 for Springfield.
213, all right.
232.
I got some more. Of the courage it took for people to stand up for what they believe in. As committeemen, we are fortunate to sit before this painting at every meeting that serves as a constant reminder of sacrifices made to secure the democracy we are entrusted to represent today. I have had the privilege of being part of that democracy in our town for many years, and I am continually humbled by the legacy left to us by our forefathers. It is because of their courage and vision that we are able to celebrate the milestone anniversary. This painting must continue to remind us not only of what was done here in Springfield for its residents, but also the impact our town had on the foundation of this great nation. This painting is more than just a work of art, is a symbol of unity and of the endurance light of the democracy that was fought for so bravely. I am honored and proud to stand here today and dedicate this painting and plaque to our entire township. Thank you.
Okay, we are now going to move on to the Act of the State of New Jersey establishing the Township of Springfield. Committeeman Cavities.
State of New Jersey, an act to incorporate into a township a part of the Township of Elizabeth and Newark in the County of Essex. Whereas a number of the inhabitants of the Township of Elizabeth and Newark in the County of Essex have by their petition set forth that they have long labored under many difficulties by reason of the length of the said townships for remedy whereof.
The township consisted of Elizabethtown and Newark in the County of Essex, Union County. Was not established until 1857. In 1794, Springfield included all or part of what is now Summit, Milburn, Maplewood, Livingston, and South Orange.
Section 1. Be it enacted by the Council and General Assembly of this state, and it is hereby enacted by the authority of the same, that all that part of the Township of Elizabeth and the Township of Newark lying within the following line, beginning on the bank of the Rollway River, in the line which divides the wards of Springfield and Westfield, thence running in the same line to the top of the mountain, and from thence to New Providence, Meeting House, and thence to Passaic River, thence down the said river to the bridge, said bridge commonly known by the name of Cook's Bridge, thence down the old road to the top of the mountain, thence on a direct line to Kane's Mills, thence on a direct line to a bridge which crosses the east branch of the Rollway River, commonly known by the name of Pearson's Bridge, by his mill dam, and from hence down the river to the place beginning shall be and is hereby set off from the Township of Elizabeth and Newark, and made a separate township to be called by the name of the Township of Springfield.
In the 18th century, property boundaries were determined by natural landmarks like boulders, bodies of water, or notable trees as shown by legal documents of the time, or even on scraps of paper for less formal documents.
Section 2. And be it further enacted by the authority aforesaid that the inhabitants of the said Township of Springfield shall be and are hereby vested with and entitled unto all the like powers, privileges, and authorities, and shall be and are hereby made subject to the like regulations and government which the inhabitants of the other townships and precincts in the said county are subjects and entitled to, provided always that neither this act nor anything herein contained shall be in force or take effect until the second Monday of April next. Section 3, and be it further enacted by the authority aforesaid, all taxes herefore assessed or to be assessed by former laws of this state shall be levied, collected, and paid as in and by said laws has been declared and enacted. Anything in this act contained to the contrary and notwithstanding.
Residents are now citizens of the new township and have assumed all the privileges and responsibilities previously owed to Elizabethtown to the township, including, of course, payment of taxes.
Section 4, and it be further enacted that the said inhabitants of the Township of Springfield shall meet at the dwelling house of Abraham Woolley, innkeeper, in said township on the day appointed by law for the first annual township meeting after the passing of this act, and proceed in all respects agreeable to an act entitled An Act for Regulating the Election of Town Officers, passed at Burlington, November the 19th, 1793.
Section 4 establishes the date and place for the first meeting of the inhabitants for the purpose of establishing what will be the governing body of the newly formed township, and the election of the governing body according to the laws of the state. The Township Committee form of government celebrates its 232nd year on this date, April 14th, 2026.
Council Chambers, May 27th, 1793. This bill, having been 3 times read in council, resolved that same do pass. House of Assembly, May 27th, 1793. This bill, having been 3 times read in this House, resolved that same do pass.
Next, we will read the minutes of the first Governance Committee of the newly established Township of Springfield, 1794.
Meetings were held in various public places, like inns or taverns, the homes of committee members, or the school. A dedicated town hall was finally built in 1921 on land donated by Mr. Trivett.
At a town meeting held at the house of Mr. Abraham Woolley, innkeeper, in Springfield, the 14th day of April in the year of our Lord 1794, pursuant to an act of the legislature of New Jersey passed at Trenton the 27th of May, 1793, the following officers were duly elected: Samuel Potter, Esquire, moderator, and Elias Van Arsdale, town clerk.
The title of mayor was not used at the first meeting of the Township Committee. In 1794, Samuel Potter was called the moderator of the committee. However, he is thought of as the first mayor of Springfield. Today, members of the Township Committee are elected at large to serve 3-year terms. At the first meeting in January of each year, the committee elects 1 member to serve as mayor. To date, there have been 97 individuals who have served as mayor, 92 men and 5 women. Wilbur Solander holds the record for most consecutive terms as mayor, serving from 1935 to 1948. Joanne Rajapi became the first female mayor in 1977, serving 1 term before eventually going on to serve as Union County Clerk, a position she holds today. I hold the record for being the only female mayor to have served 3 terms.
Freeholders Walter Smith and Elijah Squire, Commissioners of Appeal Nathaniel Little, Samuel Tyler, and Jeremiah Mulford, Assessor Matthias Meeker, Collector Abraham Woolley, Surveyors of the Highway William Steele and Matthias Denman, Overseers of the Poor Ezra Baldwin, Samuel Potter, and Joseph Pearson, Pound Keeper John Woodruff.
The pound was an area set aside on a township green in which any animal that strayed from its home farm would be held until its owner paid a fine to ransom his animal.
Constables Nathaniel Budd, Stephen Morehouse, and Isaac Sampson.
There was no organized law enforcement in Springfield until the 1920s. Prior to this, the township appointed constables whose duties included the arrest and transportation of criminals to the county jail in Elizabethtown.
Overseers of the Highway Amos Potter, David Pearson, Joseph Doty, Caleb Potter, Obadiah Wade, Benjamin Pettit, Ephraim Little, John Wilcox, Stephen Denman, Jacob Brookfield, Uriah Smith, Simeon Squire, Enos Baldwin, Aaron Carter, Stephen Lyon, Walter Smith, Bryant Durand, Watts Reeve, John Smith, John Squire, Jonathan Meeker, Isaac Halsey, Philip Denman, Isaac Sayer Jr., Cornelius Williams, and Samuel Tyler.
In the days when the roads were few and the roads might cut across private property, the property owner was responsible for maintaining the road. The overseers named were likely the major property owners of the township.
On motion, it was agreed that Joseph Hawley, Samuel Potter, and David Little should be appointed a committee to examine the conduct and accounts of the collector and overseers of the poor of the township and make a report thereof to the next annual town meeting, and also that the overseers of the poor before mentioned should be empowered to take all necessary steps to effect a settlement with the overseers of the poor in the other townships and make a report thereof to the next annual town meeting. On motion, it was agreed to raise by tax the sum of £100 for support of the poor of the township, and also that the poor should be farmed out to the lowest bidder, the poor therefore being set up at vendue and Isaac Sayer Jr., then and there bidding the sum of 54 pounds, and no person bidding less, they were accordingly set off at his bid.
Care of the poor was obviously a major concern of the First Committee. At the time, an annual sale or venue was held at which bids were submitted for care of the poor. The lowest bidder assumed responsibility for maintaining the poor for the coming year. The poor were housed in the poorhouse located in the Milburn area of the township. The overseer could rent out the poor as laborers and pocket the fees.
The town meeting was then adjourned to meet at the house of Abraham Woolley, innkeeper, on the second Monday in April next, as the law directs.
So that was the Springfield inaugural town meeting for dummies. And we would like to call up Assemblyman Vincent Carney and Commissioner Rebecca Williams to present a proclamation, a state legislative proclamation to the township.
I have no resolution with
No,
me today.
I know that. I just wanted to call you up.
But, but I do want to, on behalf of the entire Board of County Commissioners and our Chair, Joseph Bodek, want to congratulate everyone here in Springfield, 232 years strong, and I'm sure there will be many, many more. This is a wonderful painting, and I want to thank you for inviting us here, inviting me here. I love the township of Springfield, and I come here often, so without further ado, I will introduce you to Assemblyman Vince Carney. He's got a resolution.
Thank you, Commissioner. And good evening, Mayor Laufer and Township Committee, staff, and everybody here. It's really an honor to be standing here as a member of the Assembly and a representative of this district, which, in addition to Springfield, includes a lot of municipalities that have a lot of American history in them. Standing here before this painting and even hearing the story of the ingenuity of how it got into this room, that's just kind of the can-do spirit we're known for throughout Union County and our district. So without further ado, I will read you a joint legislative resolution offered by myself, along with Assemblyman McCurdy and Senator Bramnick. Whereas the Township of Springfield, Union County, highly esteemed within the Garden State, will mark and celebrate the anniversary of its first Township Committee meeting on April 14th, 2026. And whereas the State and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey are pleased to join with the residents of Springfield Township upon this felicitous occasion and commend their immeasurable contributions to our state and this nation throughout many seasons of change and growth. And whereas, as we just learned, formed on April 14th, 1794, and officially incorporated as one of New Jersey's original 104 municipalities on February 21st, 1798, Springfield Township was a pivotal location in the American Revolution, with the critical Battle of Springfield proving to be a turning point in the conflict and foiling the British campaign in the colony. And whereas today numerous landmarks from this historic engagement can be found throughout the township, including the Cannonball House and the First Presbyterian Church, which was burned by the British forces and rebuilt using much of the original structure and still stands on Morris Avenue generations later. And located on the northern boundary of Union County, Springfield Township has garnered acclaim as one of the best places to live in 2010 by New Jersey Monthly Magazine, and its Jonathan Dayton High School has earned distinction as one of Newsweek's best secondary schools in the United States, an accolade secured by just 6% of all public schools in the country. And whereas, within all spheres, Springfield Township has established a model worthy of emulation and set a standard of excellence towards which all others might strive. And whereas, it is altogether fitting and proper for the members of this legislature to pause in their deliberations to congratulate the many fine people of Springfield Township as they commemorate centuries of successful participation in the story of New Jersey and our nation. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey that this legislature hereby salutes the Township of Springfield, pays tribute to its illustrious history, and extends sincere best wishes for continued prosperity and vigor in all the days to come, and be it further resolved that a duly authenticated copy of this resolution, signed by the Senate President and the Assembly Speaker, and attested by the Senate Secretary and the Assembly Clerk, be transmitted to the Township of Springfield. And signed by Senate President Nicholas P. Scutari and Speaker Craig J. Coughlin.
All right, for those who would like to stay for the regular business portion of our meeting, which I assure you will be more riveting than this, you are welcome to stay. For anybody who would like to enjoy their evening, we're going to take a 5-minute recess. We are recessed.
My wife won't let me jump on this.
Okay, we are back for our administrator's report.
That didn't count
Sorry,
as our meeting?
No, public comment on agenda items only, sorry.
All right.
Seeing none, we're going to go to our administrator's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A few things I want to touch on, if I may. Some items that we are working on. I want to talk about the salt dome. We've looked at all the.
Oh, please speak into the microphones. I know I'm going to hear that. Please speak into the microphones.
We've looked at all the properties that we own in town, and there's a piece on Edison Place which we've narrowed down that we think that's where we should be. It's by no residents. We own it. It's about an acre of land. It's in a perfect location because we're between Springfield and Milburn. Milburn wants to go in with us. They're willing to split the cost right down the middle. So I think it's a great option. Yeah, if you look on the map, that's where it's located. It's in the industrial area on Edison. So we've got GPI is going to do a survey on it so that we've got all the corners. It's across from Dobbs. Yes, yes. So there's no residents anywhere as close. We just got to clean it up a little bit, and I think it makes a perfect location. So if you guys are in agreement, I would like to at least start and have GPI do the survey so we can get prepared, so that we can get moving on it.
Yeah. Does anybody have an objection?
That would really mess you up if I had an objection. No, I don't have any objection to that one.
That was funny.
Thank you.
That was funny.
Thank you for this. No.
Thank you. Let's touch on a couple other things. DPW activity, road repairs are underway after the harsh winter. We're trying to do a bunch of permanent repairs. Crews have been performing spring cleanup and mulching on all the parks. Sport fields have been prepped and are ready for play. Our street sweeper has been canvassing the town on a regular basis. Tamara, can you find the Hershey Building? So the Hershey Building, we started last year. If you remember, we did the front of it. The sides were in poor shape. They were peeling. The cement was coming off. So they're stuccoing it as we speak. That should be done in, probably a week. We should have the building finished. You can see on the left, that's where the new part was done. You see on the right where we didn't do it, it's actually in pretty poor condition. So, and since that's our building, we're keeping it. We need it. It's a tremendous value to us. We need to take care of it. So, and again, this is kind of almost in our downtown. So it does go along with our theme of trying to upgrade the downtown. So that's where we are on that. Let me see what else we want to touch on. We did GPI. Duffy's Corner. I got an email tonight that we're in review right now with DEP. They've come up with 7 additional questions that now we have to answer. So we'll get those over to them shortly. Tamara, can you pull up Caldwell? So Caldwell, we were there the other day again. They've got the old culvert is out. It's dug. As you can see, the utilities are coming to put the water lines in shortly. After that's done, the culvert is precast. They do have to put some footings in, and then they will put the culvert back in. We're still looking at June now. But what we did do is we asked them to put another path in to Ruby. So they paved the path for us. We're going to leave that. We think that's a great idea to have 2 ways into that park. We're thinking of possibly fencing off the right-hand side and putting a gate so that if people want to take their children into the playground area, they can go through the gate, and the cars, if they want to use it, can only go straight back into the parking lot. So it gives us another way to get into the park. They did leave us an opening by the bank next to the fence. They took down some obstacles that were in the way, and there is a walking path, so our baseball team can get through there and get into the field. So that worked out well. That's just another picture of the work site. It's actually extremely deep and wide. It was very shocking of how much work needs to be done there. So you can understand after going there, you can understand why we're looking at an extended period. We were over today at the library helping Bonnie out with the ceiling once again. We're still working on that. And we touched on the salt dome. Tamara, what else we got there? Oh, this is a picture. Go to the next one, Tamara, so we can explain. Oh, is that our courtroom? Yes, it is. And that's Laurie Metcalf in our courtroom. If you tune into Netflix, you will see the show Big Mistakes, and it is filmed in our courtroom, some of the scenes, which came out actually very distinctive. I mean, you could tell immediately if you've ever been here, you know it's our courtroom right away. We're hoping maybe they're going to use us some more.
Yeah, well, I talked about this when they were here, I guess, in the October Township Committee meeting. They were here, and I'm not trying to give any spoilers away, but it sounds like, or it appears, that this town hall is going to be a major plot line in the story, so it is hopeful that they'll be back. They were here in October. We had the release a couple days ago, and they did an excellent job. I was here for a little bit of the taping. I mean, it was just incredible how they transformed this place from the logos to the paintings to the nameplates. I mean, and having the shot outside, I think it's a real boost for us. It's a real boost for the community. And, talking about, a desirable place to live and a desirable place to be, you have major networks choosing us, choosing Springfield to tape in our town, and that's absolutely outstanding. And they couldn't have been nicer, and they were very efficient, and we look forward to hosting them again. It was just an outstanding job that they did, and it was quite incredible, their operation.
And I don't think we really had too many bumps, to be honest with you. It went pretty smooth on Chief. I don't think we had any real issues with them filming here. It was pretty easy. So we're hoping that they return.
Not at all. Yeah, no, it was an interesting experience, and very professional, and yeah, they're very courteous.
You can see the outside of our building as our front door. So, again, if you know the town, you know exactly where it is. So,
Yep.
I know we're in episode 2. I don't remember whatever other episodes, 2, 3, 8, and some others. So if you get a chance to watch it, you'll see us. She was off that day.
I was on vacation, actually.
It's amazing, though. You watch that scene, and it's obviously the daytime, but due to movie magic, that was filmed overnight, and they had a whole string of lights coming through these windows, and it just absolutely made it like it was the middle of the day. It was quite impressive, quite amazing. And again, this is, I think I was here recognizing the scenes. I think I was here watching them film. It had to be the season finale, so it was pretty cool. And I think the most we're probably featured in about 4 episodes, but the bulk of the shots, the bulk of our town hall is featured probably in the season finale, which is amazing. It's you can't help but watch something like that and think it's really cool that like you live in the town where you're watching a Netflix show on, and that's it's a cool feeling. It's a feeling that never goes away.
One thing you may notice is that the picture that we just talked about in the back is different because they couldn't get a release to film the picture. So what they did actually is they built in panels, they built a picture very similar, and it actually fit right inside the frame. There was probably 4 or 6 panels that they put up to cover the picture. So you see, it is different, but unfortunately, they couldn't use the one that's up there. Because they couldn't get a release. They tried to track down the artist or his family, and they couldn't. So in order to abundance of caution, they decided just not to use it as it stands. So, and I think that's it. Is there any questions or anything I can answer for anyone?
Yeah, I have a question. Do we have an update on Oakland Park?
On what park?
Oakland?
Yes, we have talked about this with Committeeman Weber, and I think, do you want to comment on that?
Yeah. We got two so far. We have three. We did get the third one. We're having a bit of a small problem with the amount of money that they're requesting for certain items. It can't help but aggravate you, but it's almost like that government tax where they're charging for a few things that we are looking for, roughly the price of what it would take to build a 4,000 square foot house. So we have enough money with the grant to get the park, get the landscaping, get the hardscaping, electrical, water, get all of that done. We were looking for a gazebo type of structure to put there, and we were also looking for almost like a small stage kind of structure to put there, which got a price tag of almost $400,000 attached to it. So that's where we're at. So right now where we're at is we're going to park what we know that we can't afford or what we think that we're being drug over the coals for, and we will get the park done.
Committeeman Weber, I did speak to one of these suppliers today and said, do me a favor, come back with a more standard kind of gazebo, something off the shelf that will bring our costs down. So let's see what they come back
Perfect.
with. If we can get something that's more reasonable, maybe we can still do more of what we wanted to do right off the
Right.
bat.
And if we have to add on as we go along, but we should be settling down on one of them within the next week or so.
Yes.
It was just a matter of formalizing the best bang for our buck.
Okay, so we should expect something to approve for the next meeting?
Well, I don't know how, I don't know what, we got to talk about what approvals you want.
Okay, that statement concerns me a little bit, but okay.
Well, we're going to cut a PO.
Yeah, no,
They're in
that's
the
what I'm
co-op.
asking. We're hoping to cut a PO.
As soon as we get all of our
Okay.
details finished, yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, there's, I will tell you that I think this is another thing we have went over and over and over again. We had a meeting at it in here. We invited the entire town. 4 people showed up. 4 people were here. 2 were against closing Oakland. 2 were for closing Oakland. We are going to leave Oakland open for right now. We're going to try to work on a hybrid system where we can close off Oakland if we need it, if there was an event that is warranted for it. If that proves to be okay, then we will continue on for it. But as of right now, it's really going to be whatever the drawing has come down to, whatever the designers have come up to, and we'll present that, I guess, next meeting and show everybody.
And can we invite the public just to see the drawings next meeting?
As long as we don't stall this any longer.
We're not going to
because
stall
If we
it.
do,
We're going to show them the drawing that.
if we're not done in
agreed to.
time,
I'd like to see some concepts here.
we can, you've got all the drawings, Committeeman Weber. We can certainly
Okay,
share 'em.
John, can we make sure that the Township Committee gets a copy of the drawings?
Sure.
Committeeman Huber, we can absolutely have the meeting open for viewing of the drawings, but if we would like to move forward next meeting, if everyone is on the same page up here.
Because if we miss the window,
I don't want to miss the window.
we can't afford to.
Exactly.
When it comes to, so you'll see through the drawings. It's presented very nicely. It's everything that we had talked about, and that the initial concepts that we had done probably 6 months ago, they're very similar to it. So not much has changed, but we'll give you the what they consider the final rendering on that. Go to Ruby Park. Fence around Ruby. That fence will go down Caldwell and along the driveway, correct?
Yeah, what we want to do, Tamara, can you put that back up? The new driveway that they put in for us. So as you see, Committeeman Weber, what we're thinking is that we were going to put a chain link fence up. Our thought was, you go down this side,
Yep.
all the way to the end, leave a gate somewhere up here. So if you have children, you come and open the gate, you can go into the playground area, but it's fenced off to protect.
It'll be fenced off on the Caldwell side also, right?
On this side also,
No, along, along the street.
there is a fence here.
It's going to connect to it, is, okay. So, just to be clear, children will be able to play in the park and will not have means to go into the driveway of the street.
That's correct.
Excellent.
They could go around. If you go out into, I don't think there's a fence between that park and Ruby Field.
No, but I would hope, do you want to put a fence there? Or, no, I mean, you could be able to catch the kid by then, I'm just worried about,
Sometimes they're quick,
I mean, they're going into the park at that point. I'm just concerned about running into the street of the driveway.
100%.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Okay, any other questions for the administrator? Okay, moving on to Alex's second favorite part of the meeting, which is minutes.
No, this is my favorite part.
Wow.
I'll make a motion to adopt the regular meeting minutes of February 24, 2026 as emailed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All
A
right.
little behind, getting a little behind.
All right, moving on. Ordinances, new business ordinances on second reading, Madam Clerk.
Ordinance 2026-05. This ordinance amends the Township Code at Chapter 7 to modify the township's traffic regulations.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-05 as read by Madam Clerk.
Second. And can I ask, can we go over this? I
Yep.
forgot.
Yep, we're going to have a public hearing, and I'll turn it over to Craig. I'm going to open the public hearing on ordinance 2026-05. Craig?
All right. So this ordinance, right now, there's permit parking only on Prophet Avenue. And that's really only on the east side of Prophet Avenue, down to where it connects with Tulip, between Morris and Tulip. And this eliminates the requirement for having a permit. It does not eliminate the no parking on the west side of that street, but eliminates the permit requirement. And my understanding is that
Yeah, why did we have a permit?
there weren't really any or very many permits issued for that street over the years. I think the chief might be.
There's none open right now. We have no permits there.
Can anyone call, why did we have permit parking?
Goes back, do you remember, Chief?
Many years back, I couldn't tell you exactly when, prior to 2010, there was a doctor's office up on Morris and Short Hills Avenue.
You parked there across.
It was an extremely busy business,
Yeah.
which is no longer there, but they had people in and out all day long. They actually had to hire a valet company to take the clients' cars, and they would park them all over the place.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that business is no longer there, so that issue has gone away. We did that because it was very inconvenient for the residents. Again, it's no longer a problem, so, it does, the profit, it does affect some of the businesses there as far as them having places to park. Other than on the other side of Morris Avenue, we don't want people running across Morris.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
Okay, I'm going to close the public hearing. Madam Clerk, can we call the roll?
Committeeman Weber?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser?
Yes.
Committeeman Capides?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber? Mayor Laufer?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2026, this is the first reading. This ordinance is to establish a cap bank for the calendar year 2026 pursuant to NJSA 48:4-45.14.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-06 as read by Madam Clerk.
I second.
Okay, is there any discussion?
When will this
Yeah, you want to have
when will it be final reading scheduled?
final reading, I think,
Scheduled for,
Yeah,
I think it's two meetings, right?
can do it next meeting, because it will be posted tomorrow on the town website.
Okay.
Okay.
The legal posting.
So that date is,
That would be the 24th.
okay, so it'll be for a final hearing on the 20th.
Final hearing on the 24th,
28th.
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 Just want to read that into the.
Okay. Is there a roll call vote, Madam Clerk?
Deputy Mayor Kaiser.
Yes.
Committeeman Capides.
Yes.
Committeeman Huber. Committeeman Weber.
Yes.
Mayor Laufer.
Yes. Let me know if you'd like a resolution pulled. Resolution 112, 2026-112, 2026-113, 2026-114, 2026-115, Resolution 2026-116, 2026-117, 2026-118, 2026-119, 2026-120, 2026-121, 2026-122. We have removed 123 and 124. Resolution 2026-125, Resolution 2026-126, Resolution 2026-127. And Resolution 2026-128.
Okay, I will make a motion to adopt resolutions by consent agenda, resolutions 2026-1112 through resolutions 2026-128 with no numbers for resolution 2026 1-23, 1-24.
I second.
Madam Clerk.
Hold on, we pulled 123 and 124 though, right?
No,
Well, they were removed from the agenda.
yeah, there's just no
It's
numbers.
as if they were never here.
Got it.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser.
Yes.
Committeeman Capides.
Yes.
Committeeman Huber. Committeeman Weber.
Yes.
Mayor Laufer.
Yes, we have no discussion and action items on this agenda. Now moving to Alex's new second favorite part of the meeting, finance.
I will make a motion to adopt payroll invoices for the period of March 25th, 2026 through April 14th, 2026 in the amount of $4,113,301.64.
Madam Clerk.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser.
Yes.
Committeeman Huber. Committeeman Capides.
Yes.
Committeeman Weber.
Yes.
Mayor Laufer.
Yes. Correspondence, we have, the Springfield Planning Board has a meeting on April 16th, 6:30 PM. The applicant is Congregation Israel. Subdivision approval rear lot at 18 Pitt Road. That wraps up correspondence. Public comment on any governmental issue. Seeing none, would anybody from the dais like to speak?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, if you will, I have two short announcements. First, I'd like to congratulate Springfield's First Aid Squad on the grand opening of their long-awaited, highly anticipated, brand-new ambulance. It was a great day, beautiful weather for it. It was awesome. It was also so great to see so many residents show up for an ambulance to celebrate and support the people who show up for them when they're needed. I think it was a great day, plenty of activities, well-run, and it was an honor to be there, and it was really well-received. And again, they had another day, the following day at Chisholm, another Awareness Day, which was great, and I really applaud them for both the organization and the well-needed, well-deserved ambulance for the customer service for our residents. The second thing is more of a statement. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge what happened last weekend in Union, Saturday evening on Route 22. As many of you are aware, that is my hometown of Union. That's where I grew up. It has been reported that 6 individuals were injured, and one person has been identified as deceased. I've spoken to the mayor of Union. I've spoken to her. I reached out to offer our support on behalf of the Township Committee. Union obviously is a place where I'm deeply connected to. It's where I'm from, and I'm sure many of us pass that area, on a weekly or daily basis, and it hit close to home. And I just wanted to say that, we stand with Union. Our communities are closely connected, and we support one another in moments like this. And I know that I was made aware that several of our own were responding to the scene as well, and is helping out in the investigation and the follow-up. So again, we are here for Union. We're here to offer our support, and whatever they need, we'll be there for them, and we appreciate their efforts as well. And just want to let the Township of Union know that our thoughts are with them during this tough time. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
100%. Anybody else?
I just have one thing. I'm gonna make it quick. It ties into our 250th and our 232 anniversary of Springfield, and it's not lost on me on what Springfield means to establishing the United States of America. I absolutely love this country, love it. A flag is not a political statement. It's not something that one party owns. It's not something that one party doesn't own, or it's something that everybody should fly. It's something that everybody should be proud of as this country, for better or for worse of what's going on. There's things in the world that are just absolutely insane at times, and there are things in the world that are absolutely magnificent at times. But this country is hands down the greatest country in the world. The Township of Springfield played a part in making this that country. Put your flags up. Be proud to be an American. No matter where you stand on it, you're here because there's no other place that's better than here. Because we are the greatest country in the world. So that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Okay. I also want to congratulate the First Aid Squad and new ambulance. I'm upset I was there late. Appreciate FD and PD for showing up as well. It was a really nice event. Thank you, Chris, for making remarks. And Apu, congratulations on your new toy. It was really a great event. And they really are one of the backbones of our town. So thank you. And with that, do we have a motion to go into executive session? Madam Clerk, you got to read it first. I forgot.
Resolution 41426, whereas Article 6 of the Open Public Meetings Act provides that a public body may hold a closed session, and whereas the Township Committee will, during this meeting, enter into discussion of the following matters: attorney-client privilege and potential litigation, attorney-client privilege and litigation. Whereas the matters to be discussed in closed session are to remain in the strictest of confidence by all Township Committee members in furtherance of their fiduciary duties to the Township. Now therefore, be it resolved, matters discussed at this meeting will be released to the public when the reasons for discussing and acting upon them in closed session no longer exist.
So before we vote on the motion, because we do have a motion in a second, I forgot to mention a couple days ago was Yom HaShoah. It was Holocaust Remembrance Day, and at the end of the meeting, we're going to take a moment of silence before we adjourn, and now we can vote on the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're enclosed.
Later, 5:30. I'm 5:30 every morning.
Tamara, are we good? All right, everybody, please take a moment of silence in memory of everybody that was killed during the Holocaust as we commemorate Yom HaShoah. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.